guys, welcome back to my channel. So it was requested of me to do a how I sleep trained my baby video. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to start with how I began the process of training Olivia to sleep, because as you know, it is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, and it may not work for your baby the way that we did it. But it's some helpful tips that you can try if you're wanting to try it out and test out the waters of it. Like I said, it's a process. It does not happen overnight. It took us probably 2 weeks for the whole process. So I'm going to start with what I began doing with Olivia in the beginning. So from about, I would say 3 months, I was home with Olivia. I went back to work when she was about 3 months, and she started going to daycare. Well, that came with an extreme exhaustion within me. I was teaching full-time, momming full-time. I would take her one way to daycare, which is about 20 minutes, and then one way back is 20 minutes. So we would have to get up super early. She was still waking in the night to feed, or us just waking her up from us tossing and turning, or her waking us up from tossing and turning in her little baby coos. So there was a lot of lack of sleep going on in our household. So it was approaching Christmas break, and I had decided over those 2 weeks of my break, we would start the process of sleep training her. So I started YouTubing myself how to sleep train your baby. And one of the videos that really stuck home to me and that helped me was sorry, a video from Liza Adele. I admire this YouTube mom so much. She is so beautiful, and she has the most helpful videos. Her son Cam is so cute. I would highly recommend her checking her out if you're interested. But she had an amazing video that really helped me and my family. And I took some things from her. I didn't do everything that she did, which is not what I'm telling you to do. I'm not the end-all be-all by any means. And also consult your doctor. They can be very helpful. So I talked to my doctor about it, and she basically recommended to me the B's. Bathe, bath, bottle, bed, which doesn't always have to go in that order. It doesn't always have to be in that specific order every single time because, you know, life. So I started researching it, and I took things that I thought were helpful to me as well as what my doctor told me. So that first week we were home together, I started out with naps only. I had purchased a sleep sack for her. I used the Halo sleep sacks in the beginning, but any sleep sack is fine. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Whatever you can get your hands on is fine. I used that for her because I didn't, you know, you shouldn't put the blankets in the bed with the baby. But I know that's controversial, and you're going to do what you want to do, and I'm not knocking it. Whatever you want to do, I just chose the sleep sack route. I also purchased a Red Rooster sound machine from Amazon, which produces all types of noises. We chose to go with the white noise, just personal preference, whatever you want to choose, but there's different sounds, and I can try to link it down below. I'm new to this, so I can try to. And I also used a humidifier. It's not one of those huge, big, fancy, expensive ones. I literally found it on Amazon searching through. I think it was like 20, 15 bucks or something, and I'll try to link that down below as well. My daughter was not a passy girl by any means, but she does suck her 2 fingers, which is a soothing technique for her, and that's what worked. So about 4 months was up until Olivia slept with us, and then I started to sleep train her. I would put her in the sleep sack. I would make sure she had a full belly and a clean diaper, and we would start the nap route that way. The first week was really rough, y'all. She normally slept on me, which was a bad habit that I started, but I loved the baby cuddles. I soaked it up as much as I could for as long as I could, and she missed that warmth, and she missed my smell, and it was just a really hard transition at first, but she got it. I mean, babies are resilient. About the 4th day of that week, she started getting the hint that, okay, this is where I sleep, this is where I rest, and mommy will come back. So that second week is when we started the night transition. So that whole first week was only naps, and then the second week was when we began naps and bedtime. So I put her in the crib at night after I made sure she was bathed, fed. I read her a book to try to relax her, turn the lights down. I put her in her sleep sack again, turned the white noise on, and we went to bed. That first night was brutal. I was like, I can't do this. I can't listen to my baby cry. I would go in there and pick her up and soothe her, but I felt like I was only making it worse. So it came to a point where I was like, I can't go in there to soothe my baby. I mean, every time she would like see me or smell me, it made her even more stressed out than what she already was. And so I was like, okay, I can't do it anymore. So I sent my husband. So he did it for a little bit and she would calm down and go back to sleep, but she would still wake up. So finally, I'd go in there and I'd pat her butt a little bit without me picking her up out of the crib. Patting her butt worked wonders. I would literally just do upward motions really softly and gently until she dozed back off. Well, she would still wake up crying. So finally, I was like, I've got to let her cry it out. I've got to do this cry it out method because all of these other methods are not working for me. And inside, my mama heart was tugging at me like, come on, you need to just go hold her. Another month won't hurt her. But I'm like, no, I am off of work. I can do this. I'm strong. So I did it. I put headphones in my ears. My husband sat here and listened. That way, if anything got too crazy in there, he would, be alert and be able to go. But my mama heart could not take it. So once she stopped crying, I told my husband, give me a thumbs up when she's done. The first night, it took her about 30 minutes to settle. That may sound like a long time, and in my mama heart, it was a long time. But honestly, what helped me cope was watching these how to sleep train videos because it reassured me that my baby is gonna be okay. It's gonna be just fine. And within a few days, she's gonna know that she just needs to go to sleep. So that's what helped reassure me that what I'm doing is the right thing. So my husband did that for a couple of nights. By the third night, it took her less than 1 minute, guys. Less than 1 minute. I laid her down and she kind of let out a little squeal like, meh, pick me up. I don't want to do this, and out. 3 nights. That's all it took for her. I'm not saying that's what it's going to take for your baby, but babies are resilient and they're smarter than what we give them credit for, and they pick up really quickly if you have a routine. Routine is key, y'all. I know that sometimes things may get out of order and you may have something to do that evening, but the first few weeks, try not to schedule anything in your evening. Try to set a specific bedtime where she knows, like clockwork, her body needs to go to sleep. And that's what we've done. To this day, Olivia is now 10 months and she still is like clockwork with her body where she knows that this is my bedtime and I need to go to sleep. And she'll start giving a signal, whether it's rubbing her eyes or getting really whiny or start to suck her fingers. You can start seeing a little redness right here under her eyes. So your baby will also give you signs of when they're ready to go to sleep. So I felt like noticing all of these things and doing all of these things together helped sleep train my baby. It's not easy by any means. This is not some magic trick that's going to make your baby all of a sudden want to go to sleep. There's no magic solution that I found anyways. If you do find one, let me know for my future reference. But yeah, it was white noise, swaddle sack, and I will insert a picture of what her crib looks like. I use the mesh bumpers. I found them on Amazon. And I use a Baby Einstein soothing machine. I forgot to mention that. So for the first few weeks of me sleep training her, I would turn on this ocean sound along with her white noise because it really calmed her down. Baths and water and white noise sound and ocean water sounds have always calmed my baby down. So if you're looking for something, some type of noise to overpower what's going on outside of her room in the evening, because I know that's when moms are busiest, we got to get stuff done. So if you're looking for a sound, try some of those. I used both because I was a little extra, but hey, it worked, and my baby is now sleep trained. She knows her crib. She knows it's a place to rest, and we all felt more rested as a household. I began to see Olivia hit her milestones more quickly because she was getting the rest that she needed for her brain development, and I thought it was just amazing that I could be so strong and that she could be so strong and pick up on something so quickly. So I know that it's going to be hard, and I know that your mom's strings are going to tug at you to go pick her up and just try again next month, but don't. Get on YouTube, ask your husband or your mom or someone to be with you and to give you the thumbs up when they're done, because it's going to happen, y'all. The first few nights they're going to cry, they're going to want you. And if going in and consoling them doesn't make them go back to sleep, it just stresses them out more, like my baby, then you're going to have to step back a little bit and relinquish your control and just let nature and sleep happen. Sleep is natural. Sleep is going to happen eventually. They're not going to sit there and cry forever. So if you just give them some time to do what they need to do and work out through their emotions, and you work out through your emotions by listening to helpful videos like this, you're going to be just fine, and your baby's going to thank you later, and you're going to thank yourself later for all of the extra rest that you're getting. So yeah, I mean, that's all of the tips I have on sleep training. I hope this was helpful in some way. If I think of anything else, I will insert it in the description below, and I'll link some of the things that I used and talked about. If you have any questions, I love comments. I love responding. And give me a thumbs up if you like this and it helped. I really hope it did. And hang in there, mama. It's going to be okay, and your baby's going to be fine. And subscribe to my channel if you're new. Thank you for returning if you already. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.